that Ramble Talk here. We got the TV in the background. This is okay. But basically, what we're going to do today, we're going to talk about some problems that I've had with my Mini before. Got the Proto gun case, really cool gun case, holds one 2-piece barrel. If you get this 16-inch freak, you're just there, you're lucky. Because it, I don't know if you can see this, just fits. Then you can hold your 2 inserts. I have 3 inserts, so. I haven't done an update video on my gun, but I just got some new upgrades for it. As you can see, these are not the stock grips. These are the what are they called? The SPD Springer paintball designs. The Punisher, this is Punisher right there. Custom made grips with the. It kind of feels like decals inside. Oh, you can see through there. Actually, the grip panel is actually translucent, and then the what is it called? The decals inside the grip, I guess you could say. And then we have the NZ back cap. Awesome back cap. Really cool. It's got a little bit smaller hole than a stock back cap, which is really cool. So I don't have to go through the biggest Allen key and fuck around with that. It really helps. So we got some amp energy, Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew's energy line. So the first problem I ever had, and how to fix it, is it's a common problem with the minis. And if you basically know, if I'm thinking this is how it works, is why you put lubricant on the O-rings and expand them so the air can't get past the O-rings. In basic science, cold things tend to dense up, warm things tend to expand. So if you leave your Mini, like you lube up your Mini the day before you play, and I did this when I went and played at the PSI field in Platico, New York. It was frozen tundra. Frozen tundra. I left the car. I left my gun in the car the night before. I lubed it that day, and I left my gun in the car overnight. And the lubricant, I used the Plain Eclipse lube that comes in the little containers. Really, not containers, like the little. Doesn't matter. Forget it. If you guys know what I mean. It's a really good lube for the Mini. If you don't need a lot. You just need enough to go around the O-rings. If you have any extra, then don't smear it on even more. Just put it on your bolt, because your bolt you want to absolutely lube the whole thing, and then the firing assembly in the back here. You need to only lubricate the O-rings, and what happens is when it gets cold, those O-rings tend to push together and just dense up. And basically, so you go from O-ring size about this big, and it gets smaller and smaller, and then it gets tighter and tighter. So I'm sure you could probably take an O-ring and put lubricant on it, and it might, if you really have a good eye, you might be able to see it expand a little bit. I'm not sure if that will work or not. Never did it myself, and I'm not doing a video on it because it's really boring. So to fix that, you need to warm. Keep your gun. I like to run a swab through there to get all the cold grease off out of there. Then I like to just put my gun in a towel for a few minutes while I re-lubricate. I take all the lube off, put the whole firing assembly in a towel or something to make sure it's not cold, so the O-rings don't get cold, and the bolt doesn't freeze it up. So then I re-lube the whole thing, make sure the hole I call it, the body's nice and warm. And then you should be able to air your gun up, and you should hear no leaks. And if you ever hear that leak coming out right here, you can actually push the bolt back, and it will stop the leaking a little bit. That's, you know, that there's air getting past your O-rings, and the way to stop that is to re-lubricate your O-rings to warm the gun up. I actually had to use a rental one day because it was leaking, and I was fucking pissed off at that day. Because I didn't know, the Mini was pretty new to me then. I didn't know how I could fix that. And then another problem I've had, for you guys that own the 8th Rampage board, you know, it's not regularly purple, it becomes red. There it goes purple. I don't know if this will happen on the stock Optimus board, or it just happens on the 8 boards, or any of the other boards. I don't know. I haven't seen a problem like this on YouTube ever, but this does tend to happen. Alright, what will happen with the 8 boards or any of the boards, it'll boot up into this mode right here. And I put my finger in the breech so it'll boot up into this mode, but you'll see it'll turn purple, okay? You want it to, let's turn it off. You want it to boot up into purple. You don't want it to boot up into red, which is purple semi-auto, but then, like, the purple modes are your basic firing modes. So then you'll get into your ramping modes by clicking. Well, you need to have your eyes. Yeah. Well, you have to have a ball in the breech in your finger or something blocking the eyes. So you don't want it to turn on red. If it comes on red when you first turn the gun on, and you can't turn the eyes off, and you pull the trigger, and you won't hear the solenoid clicking. Now, yes, it could. The first thing you probably think is, oh, it's annoyed. Oh, it's the eyes. Or the solenoid connection thing isn't connected. But you gotta remember, this is the board that has the problem, and in the Minis, the board's connected to the eyes. So what I had to do is, if you're not technically advanced in taking apart your Mini, you actually have to take this. You have to split the body in half. Take this whole plate off here, which definitely is a pain in the butt to take off. There's like 8 screws, I think. So if you really don't know how to take apart your Mini and you're afraid you'll strip your solenoid wires, and I have heard that solenoids are the most expensive part on the gun. That's not true. On ANS here, you can get a new Invert Mini solenoid for like $31. I think they have it for $31.95. It's pretty cheap for a solenoid. I mean, the ASA was $80. I mean, telling me that the solenoid is the most expensive part. Sorry, Mike, but maybe that's an old thing. I'm not too sure. But Mike is usually an awesome guy from WD. I gotta shout out to him. So what you have to do is you have to take this body apart and get into the eye sockets and the eyes. You have to pull the eyes board off. Make sure you don't break the actual eye, like the pieces of metal. They're very bendable and breakable. They're kind of thin. If you take it apart your gun, you know what I'm talking about, the eyes board. So then what you do is you clean off your eyes, clean off the board, and then I have my secret tools right here. You can use Q-tips, but you might want to pull a little bit some of the stuff off, or you can use what they really are called cotton swabs, or you can use these things. Get another one so you can see the colors. These are chimney stems, Yeah, you can get chimney stems. I think you can get them about maybe $5. So I actually I'm gonna start putting these in my gear bag. And basically, well, I think you used to call them pipe cleaners. Basically, what you do is you stick them. That's interesting. Interesting. Huh. I'll take that down. Sorry about that. You can stick it through there and up and you pretty much want this. Probably want to get a bright colored one like yellow, or stick a flashlight in there. You want this coming out of your eye sockets. I like to call them in your gun. So you want to swab out your eye sockets, because what's happening is there's crap blocking your eyes. So when you boot it up, the eyes are blocked, and I know it's kind of weird. It sounds, well, yeah, but when there's volume, your eyes are blocked. But I don't know how it works that way. Maybe it's disturbing the connection between there and how that works. I don't know. It just, when I swab this out really good, it really helps a lot. So about $5 you can get these for like 5 to 45, I think. I'm just guessing, because I really didn't buy them. So those are the main two problems I had with my Mini 4. Just the bolt leaking and the eyes. And that's about it. And you ever have problems with your solenoid not clicking? Well, there's another thing you can do is try and change the battery. It may boot up, but it's not going to boot up into the mode where it's not going to boot up into the red. It's not going to do that. It's most likely going to boot up into just a regular cycle. This. Okay, it's just going to boot up into the regular solid purple mode on your board. And you shouldn't hear the solenoid click if you turn the eyes off. Or if you have the stock board, you hold it like that, and then it doesn't click, just replace the battery and it should be good. Minis are great guns, really. If you guys are looking for a gun, you're upgrading from like a Smart Parts Vibe. Well, that's what I'm upgrading from a Smart Parts Vibe to the Mini. And I up this thing to hell. My Mini's a very beautiful Mini, as you can see. It failed on me a lot, but that's because I never took care of it. Now, once you get your Mini, you want to learn how to take care of it as soon as you can. If there's a shop, the mistake is that the people that taught me how to take care of my gun, they only told me to take apart the bolt assembly. They didn't tell me to clean the whole gun out. I didn't know that, and really you should. You should learn how to clean your whole gun out. You should, step by step, learn. You get a little bit farther. It's a sport, like paintball. Step by step, you get a little bit better every time you go. So step by step, you just keep learning how to take apart your gun and clean it and maintain it and just keeping it working real good. So that's basically what you want to do. You want to keep your gun work as great as you can. Just gotta keep it clean. Now I'm gonna do a quick review here on the Dodge sheath barrel saw 2, because I haven't seen a review, so it's gonna be a slash. You'll see in the description. So this is the Dodge sheath barrel saw. I use this on all my regular barrels. It's really cool because instead of the ball breaking inside the barrel, instead of the barrel the barrel sock, it actually just catches right into this thing. And all I have to do is squeeze it by squeeze, and it'll just pop right out and just drop it out. I had my gun on by mistake one time and I just fired it, and thank God I had the barrel sock on, and it caught right in the barrel. That was pretty beast. I know there are older barrels socks that are like this, that are die barrel socks. I don't know if they have that ball catching feature. I think this comes up, doesn't it? Doesn't, no. But it definitely is an awesome feature. Nice stretchy band. It's not like this hard dog shit that you get. It's like really hard. Like this is okay, but I really like this a lot better. Really nice strap. It really stretches it far. Really good barrel stock. And then this extreme range one I use on my got a little pink. On my Apex barrel. You can use Empire's barrel stock on the Apex barrel. You can use the soft mini barrel stock on the Apex barrel. But you can't, like, you can only use them on the Apex 2 barrels, I think. I don't think you can use them on the Apex, the first style Apex, because I think the barrel's a little too thick. But you're lucky to have an Apex 2 barrel with you on your gun. They will fit. So you don't have to go buy the Mike from Tech we recommended, the Titan flatline barrel stock that comes with the 98. You really don't need to get that for your Apex 2, but you probably will need to get that for your Apex 1 style barrel. Well, you know, all in all, the barrels remain. You know, kind of a trade-off. You got to get an ugly barrel condom. The barrel stock for your Apex 1, but then you get the awesome traits of having an Apex barrel, or also ability of having an Apex barrel. So, I'm using my phone, so I'm going to have to do it this way. So.